Creating your very own custom greeting cards and invitations can be a great way to put your personal signature on any event. But too often, homemade cards end up in the circular file and not in the family scrapbook. My student Susan Johnston's son Brady is turning 4. I'm meeting Susan at her home to help her create an invitation that will set the theme for Brady's big day.
Hi,
Hey!
Erin. Come on in.
Nice to see you.
You too.
Hey, Susan, I really love this living room.
Thank you. This is where we spend most of our time.
We've got a lot of great space.
We do.
Okay. Oh, and you've got some great pictures here, too.
I love taking pictures of the kids.
Oh, that's nice. Now, have you thought anything more about what you want to put on the front of this party invitation?
No, I'm still looking for some ideas. I'm kind of at a loss.
Well, I'm looking around and I'm seeing a lot of pirate things here. Maybe...
Brady is all about pirates right now.
Okay.
All about.
All right, yeah, because we got the hat and all kinds of stuff, the ship. That's great. Here's a great idea. For instance, let's say you were going to have a luau party, okay? You could take pictures of umbrella drinks and close-ups of a grass skirt and use those as a concept.
Okay.
Same thing here.
Okay.
We could take pictures of just a couple little things that are pirate-esque and use that on the front of the... It gives your guests kind of a hint as to what's going on.
That sounds fun.
All right. Okay, now our job is to search the house and find things that say pirate. Brady loves pirates, so the theme is easy. Look around your home for specific items that fit the theme or ordinary things that can be worked in. In this case, Susan's jewelry or the skull coffee mug work great. Remember to try and keep the items around the same scale so that your scene will be more compact and compelling. Next, decide where you're going to shoot the scene. If you're shooting on a table, it's always good to have a shelf or wall where you can suspend a background. A mantle provides a great location because you can use it to clip on lights and a backdrop. Choose a background that will either be generic and disappear into your scene or become part of it. You don't want the background to overpower the foreground and distract from what you're trying to say. Arrange your props to tell the story. Don't be afraid to put too many things into the scene. You can always remove them later when you see it through the camera. Add special details, like numbers to mark the year of the birthday. Once you have things in place, take the time to step back and look at the whole scene, then make adjustments. When you think you have everything about where you think it should go, put the camera on the tripod and turn it on. Look at the scene through the LCD or viewfinder and adjust your zoom until you get the framing just right. For tabletop photography, I like to make sure the framing is tight so that there's not a lot of extraneous background distracting from the theme. Now, snap a few pictures and review them in the LCD. Then make adjustments in the scene until it looks right to you. Okay, I'd say the overall scene here looks pretty good.
Okay.
But now we need to get in and adjust things and bring in the lighting and work on the details.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll use these clip-on lights for lighting, and the goal here is to make sure the scene is lit so the viewer understands the story you're trying to tell.
Okay.
Okay, now we're going for an effect. So we don't really need to evenly light everything.
Okay.
It might be more interesting if we create some shadows and highlights that really enhance the texture and help tell the story a little bit better.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, and also this is where your planning comes in too, because later on as we lay out this card, you're probably going to want to put some text over it, right? So we want to create some space for that for later, because you don't want a conceptual card that looks messy. For this type of a photograph, you can use light as a design element in the scene. For example, in Susan's pirate scene, shadowy areas help accentuate the overall theme. Use clip-on lights or desk lamps so that you have more control over the direction of the light. And where you place them depends on the mood you're trying to evoke. In this case, placing one light behind the scene will help bring out the pirate ship and separate it from the background. And bringing the other light in from the front will highlight the pirate treasure. Once the lights are where you think they should go, take a look at the scene through your camera's LCD. Look for really bright or dark spots and then adjust your lights until you get the look you want. For more control, you can always add in lamp dimmers to decrease the light. You can also change out the bulb for a smaller or higher wattage. Now, take a few pictures and review them in the LCD. You're going to have to adjust the lights a little more once you see what your camera has actually captured. When you have a few pictures you like, go ahead and work with your scene a little more. Move things around and leave blank areas where you can easily add in text on the computer later. That way you won't cover up important parts of your scene. As long as you have everything in place, go ahead and zoom in and take close-ups of individual areas. You can always use these pictures to carry your theme throughout the party on items like place cards or package tags or hats. Here's an inexpensive way to experiment with color as a design element. Go down to your local craft store and purchase sheets of colored gels. These are designed to place in front of your lights and will give your scene spots of color and can be a very effective design element. Another trick I like to use is to get one of these gel sample books. They have small pieces of many different colored gels. And they may be small, but the pieces are just big enough to put in front of your digital camera's lens to give the entire scene an overall tint. This is definitely one of those times where the low cost of taking digital pictures comes in handy. Experiment until you get the look you want. For more information on lighting up your own tabletop studio, log on to our website at DIYnetwork.com. Hey, Susan, this is looking pretty good.
I like it.
Now I'm going to leave you these gels.
Okay.
All right, so take lots of pictures.
I will.
And why don't you come to my studio tomorrow? We'll work with all these photographs and create the layout for your invitations.
Sounds good. I appreciate your help.
I'll let myself out.
Great. Have a good day.
Getting the picture you want is only half the story. For your card to really say what you want it to, design is just as important. Luckily, the latest software can make it a snap. There's even a way to really put your own stamp on it. That's all next on The Whole Picture.